right, what's up guys? Today we're just going to talk about rotation and anti-rotation, why it's important, and just some cool tips and things to think about when you're performing these movements and exercises. So I have a band here, one of these big monster bands. We can use lots of different tools and implements for these movements, but just to talk about rotation or trunk rotation and anti-rotation, for the first responders I work with, this is incredibly important to help build that trunk stability, okay? We're working on building that trunk up so that when you're carrying gear, when you're dealing with things on the job, you're not exposing your spine to potential injury risk. You have a greater base of support, a greater stability throughout your midline, your midsection, your trunk, however you want to word it. So more than just sit-ups, rotation and anti-rotation is actually going to activate your TA or transverse abdominis, which is going to help you create more stability through your trunk so that you can take a lot of that pressure and excess pressure on your spine when you have gear or tactical gear or anything on top of that. For the golfers I work with, this is really important for basically what's called kinesthetic awareness, or building awareness and utilizing your trunk so that you can get greater core to extremity movement in your swing, which is going to create greater club head speed and subsequently hit the ball further. Okay, so with this band, I'm going to show you two movements. One's going to be a Pallof press and one's going to be a lateral twist. So I'm going to set the band up about chest level. Chest to shoulder height is a good landmark to go off of. So the first one is called a Pallof press, and it's an anti-rotation movement. So what I mean by that is I'm going to need to engage my obliques, my TA, my entire trunk to avoid being twisted. Okay, so as I step out, there's not a lot of tension on the band. I'm going to take a giant step out to the side. Now you see there's a lot of tension on that band. As I hold on to the band, I'm pressing out straight, okay, maintaining a nice neutral. I can set an athletic stance here, pressing out straight. I can have my feet under my hips, pressing out straight, but I'm avoiding that twist. The band's trying to pull me into that twisted position, and I'm using my trunk to engage out. Okay, a movement like this, really just focusing on that anti-rotation, so super slow and controlled, is generally going to, again, there's a little bit more nuance to this, but more often than not, slow and controlled is going to have greater translation into performance and give me more stimulus through the movement. Okay, so that's our Pallof press. I can do it in a lot of different scenarios. I can add a squat into that Pallof press. As I press out, I can go into a lunge position, half lunge position, anything like that. Okay. Second movement is a rotation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a double overhand grip over this band. Similar idea, I'm going to step out, might not even need to step out as far as I did with the Pallof press. And now what I'm trying to do is maintain an isometric contraction, basically hold still everywhere except from the trunk, and focus on twisting through the trunk. This is going to, again, engage through the trunk, the obliques, as I go through that twist. Now, this can be done in different ways. Slow and controlled is going to help me build that kinesthetic awareness in utilizing the trunk, not so much the back in my swing. Again, I'm probably going to be using both, but if I'm using the trunk as well as the back, getting that whole midline stability in that twist and rotation, okay? Conversely, or alternatively, if I want to focus this into more of a power generating movement, again, I want to make sure that the clients and athletes I work with, we're focusing on that control first, but once that becomes easier, and depending on the cycle of the training, might focus on more of a power generating movement where I'm focusing on twisting out and control on the back end. So again, just different movements to focus on that rotation and anti-rotation. It's going to have direct translation to your performance, and it's also again giving you different movements and different things that you can do to train the trunk, the core, however you want to call it, but it's going to definitely translate into better performance and better results in the gym. You can incorporate movements like that into warm-up or cool-down, or even as accessory to your main core lifts, back squats, deadlifts, stuff like that. So if you want more info, hit up heroicathletics.com. And other than that, that's all I got for you. See ya.